His Excellency Gustavo Petro Urrego, President of Colombia, gave a speech to the United Nations on the 23rd of September 2025. Although not first amongst orators, the substance of his speech will be quoted and have an impact for many years to come. Here are just 31 expressions from the speech, given in Spanish, translated into Chinese. These ideas may have been copied wrongly, and for any errors we apologize and will immediately correct if advised. 1. Global oligarchy. Powers of death.
全球寡头斜杠毁灭力量，指拥有毁灭性军事与经济实力的国家。
Global oligarchs. Destructive powers. Countries with destructive military and economic power. 2. The failure of drug policy.
毒品战争的失败，战争式打击被称为无效或非理性。
The failure of the war on drugs. War-style attacks have been called ineffective or irrational. 3. Climate crisis.
气候危机，生命危机的一部分。
The climate crisis, part of the life cycle. 4. International Armed Force, GA mandated.
大会授权的国际武装力量，非安理会蓝盔模式。
International Armed Forces authorized by the General Assembly, not the Security Council. Blue helmet model. 5. Multilateralism versus unilateralism.
多边主义与单边主义。
Multilateralism and unilateralism. 6. Dialogue between civilizations.
文明间对话，佩特罗提议。
Dialogue among civilizations proposed by Petro, the president of the heart of the earth. Self-reference.
大地之心的总统，诗性自我定位。
President of the heart of the earth. Poetic self-positioning. 8. Decertification on anti-narcotics.
反毒失能斜杠去认证，美方对哥伦比亚的反毒评估。
Anti-drug disability decertification. U.S. anti-drug assessment of Colombia. Suspension of coal exports to Israel.
暂停对以色列的煤炭出口，双边经济制裁斜杠外交手段。
Suspension of coal exports to Israel. Bilateral economic sanctions, diplomatic measures. 10. Powers of destruction decide who speaks.
有毁灭能力者决定谁能被听见，权力与话语不平等。
Those with the power to destroy decide who is heard. Inequality of power and discourse. 11. Calls for legal action. ICJ, The Hague.
诉诸国际法院斜杠海牙，支持或推动司法程序。
Access to the International Court of Justice. The Hague. Supporting or promoting judicial proceedings. 12. Humanitarian protection.
人道保护，对平民的直接呼吁。
Humanitarian protection. Direct appeal to civilians. 13. Naming and shaming. Naming leaders.
点名与羞辱式批评，将具体国家或领导人置于道德审判之下。
Naming and shaming. Putting specific countries or leaders on moral trial. 14. Climate and biodiversity as existential risk.
气候与生物多样性为存在性风险。
Climate and biodiversity as existential risks. 15. Redistribution, tax reform, implied domestic program.
再分配斜杠税制改革，国内配套议题。
Redistribution, tax reform, domestic supporting issues. 16. Sovereignty versus humanitarian intervention.
主权与人道干预的张力。
The tension between sovereignty and humanitarian intervention. 17. Protecting life framing.
保护生命的话语框架。
The discourse framework of protecting life. 18. Non-alignment with major military blocs.
不与主要军事集团结盟，外交独立性。
Not allied with major military blocs. Diplomatic independence. 19. Peace conference proposal. Ukraine and Palestine.
和平峰会提议，乌克兰与巴勒斯坦。
Peace summit proposal. Ukraine and Palestine. 20. Critique of military solutions.
批评军事方案，主张政治司法替代。
Criticism of the military option, advocating political judicial alternatives. 21. Call for assembly democracy.
大会是民主，用大会投票而非安理会否决结构。
General Assembly democracy, using General Assembly voting rather than a Security Council veto structure. 22. Civilian immunity.
平民或免权平民保护原则。
Civilian immunity, protection of civilians principle. 23. Tyranny label for U.S. admin.
将美国政府称为暴政，极具争议的措辞。
Called the U.S. government a tyranny, a highly controversial term. 24. Regional solidarity in Latin America.
拉美地区团结，共同批评与集体行动。
Latin American solidarity, joint criticism and collective action. 25. Environmental justice.
环境正义，土著与亚马逊保护语境。
Environmental justice, indigenous and Amazonian conservation context. 26. The moral voice of small states.
小国的道德性话语，如何在大国主导的体系中发生？
Moral discourse of small countries. How to speak out in a system dominated by major powers. 27. Use of symbolic language and poetry.
象征性语言与诗性表达，增强道德情感号召力。
Symbolic language and poetic expression, enhancing moral and emotional appeal. 28. Diplomatic fallout, visa revocation, follow-on consequences.
外交后果签证撤销，报道中提到的及时反应，例如美国对其签证的回应。
Diplomatic consequences, visa revocations, immediate reactions mentioned in the report, such as the U.S. response to their visa. 29. Role of international civil society.
国际公民社会的作用，呼吁全球公民参与与示威。
The role of international civil society, calling for global citizen participation and demonstrations. 30. Genocide accusation Gaza.
对加沙的种族灭绝指控，佩特罗使用的严厉表述。
Accusations of genocide in Gaza. Harsh term used by Petro. 31. There is no chosen people of God. It is neither the United States nor Israel. The chosen people of God is all of humanity.
没有上帝的选民，既不是美国，也不是以色列。上帝的选民是全人类。